talk about how being kind and generous is a good thing, but have you ever thought about how giving too much can actually cause problems? Let's take a closer look at the unexpected ways that being overly generous can hurt you and find out some ways to steer clear of these issues. The downside of being too nice. How generosity can backfire. But wait, before we dive in, hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on my valuable content. Comment "I subscribe" below, and I'll personally welcome you to the Stoic family. With that said, let's dive right in. The dark side of kindness. 8 surprising ways excessive generosity can terribly harm you. 1. Unrealistic expectations. When we give a lot without asking for anything back, we might end up feeling let down. People might get used to us always being generous, and this can make us feel tired and worn out. To avoid this, it's important to not let our feelings get too wrapped up in giving. We should also make sure we set boundaries that make sense. Giving without expecting anything in return sounds nice, but it can lead to disappointment. Imagine you always help your friends with their homework, but they never offer to help you. Eventually, you might start feeling frustrated and tired of always being the one to give. To avoid feeling this way, it's important to find a balance. We can still be generous, but we should also remember to take care of ourselves. Setting boundaries helps us manage our expectations and prevents us from feeling overwhelmed. 2. Being taken for granted. When we're always ready to lend a hand, people might start to expect it from us all the time. They might forget to appreciate what we do and take advantage of our kindness. This can make us feel like our efforts aren't valued. Imagine you're always the one who volunteers to organize events for your friends, but they never offer to help you out when you need it. It can feel like they're taking you for granted and only thinking about themselves. To avoid being taken advantage of, it's important to value ourselves and our time. We shouldn't feel obligated to do everything for everyone. Setting limits on what we're willing to give helps us maintain healthy relationships and prevents us from feeling used. 3. Neglecting our priorities. When we focus too much on helping others, we might forget about taking care of ourselves. It's like when you're so busy helping your friends with their homework that you forget to do your own. That's not good for anyone. We need to remember that it's okay to put ourselves first sometimes. Just like how you put your oxygen mask on first in an airplane before helping others. We need to take care of ourselves before we can help others effectively. So, it's important to make sure we're not neglecting our own needs and priorities. That means finding time to do things that make us happy, like playing games, spending time with family, or simply relaxing. By practicing self-care, we can recharge our batteries and be in a better position to help others when they need us. 4. Being perceived as weak. Sometimes, when we're too giving, people might not see us as strong individuals. It's like when you always let your little sister have the last cookie, even when you really want it. People might think you're a pushover, someone they can easily take advantage of, but that's not who we want to be. We want others to see us as confident and assertive. That's why it's important to set boundaries and learn to say no when necessary. Just like how you tell your friends when you don't want to play a game, we need to speak up for ourselves. Saying no doesn't mean we're mean or selfish. It means we respect ourselves and our own needs. So, by setting boundaries and standing up for ourselves, we show others that we're strong individuals who deserve respect. 5. Attracting takers, not givers. When we're always giving, it's like we're putting out a big sign that says, "Come take from me." But not everyone who comes knocking at our door is there for the right reasons. Some people just want to get what they can from us without giving anything back. They see our generosity as an opportunity to benefit themselves without considering our needs. It's like going to a buffet where you can eat as much as you want without paying for it. But instead of appreciating the meal and maybe even offering to help with the dishes, these takers just keep piling their plates high and walking away without a second thought. They're not interested in building real friendships or relationships. They're just looking for a free ride. That's why it's crucial to learn how to spot the difference between genuine friends who care about us and opportunists who are only interested in what they can get from us. By surrounding ourselves with people who value give and take relationships, we can protect our energy and resources from being drained by those who only know how to take. 6. Falling into addiction. Imagine you have a never-ending to-do list, and every time you cross something off, 2 more things pop up in its place. It can feel overwhelming, like you're constantly playing catch-up and never getting ahead. That's what it's like when we give too much without setting limits. At first, it might feel good to be able to help others and make a difference in their lives. But as the demands on our time and energy pile up, it can become addictive. We start to crave that feeling of being needed and relied upon, even if it means sacrificing our own well-being in the process. It's like eating potato chips. You can't have just one. The more you give, the more people expect from you, and the harder it becomes to say no. Before you know it, you're stuck in a cycle of constantly trying to meet other people's needs while neglecting your own. That's why it's essential to practice self-discipline and moderation in our giving. Just like we wouldn't eat an entire bag of chips in one sitting, we shouldn't overextend ourselves to the point of burnout. By setting boundaries and knowing when to say no, we can avoid falling into the trap of addictive giving and maintain a healthy balance in our lives. 7. Raising suspicions. When we're genuinely kind and generous, some people might start questioning our motives. They might wonder if we have hidden agendas or if there's something we want in return. It's like when you offer to help someone and they look at you suspiciously, thinking, "What's the catch?" But here's the thing. It's crucial to stay true to ourselves and act with honesty and integrity, no matter what others think. Even if some people doubt our intentions, we should continue living by our values and doing what feels right to us. Think of it this way. Imagine you're lending a hand to someone in need, and they raise an eyebrow, wondering why you're being so nice. Instead of feeling discouraged, remind yourself that your kindness comes from a genuine desire to help, not from any ulterior motives. Stay focused on being the best version of yourself, and eventually, those suspicions will fade away. Remember, it's not about proving anything to anyone else. It's about staying true to who you are and living a life guided by kindness and authenticity. So, keep spreading positivity and compassion, even if some people raise their eyebrows along the way. 8. Strategies to protect yourself. Here are 4 strategies to protect yourself. 1. Listen to your feelings. Take notice of how giving makes you feel. If you find that you're feeling overwhelmed, drained, or used, it might be a sign that you're giving too much. It's important to pay attention to these feelings and adjust your behavior accordingly. Remember, it's okay to prioritize your own well-being. 2. Learn to say no. Recognize that your time and energy are valuable resources. Don't be afraid to say no when you're feeling overwhelmed or when someone is asking too much of you. Setting boundaries is essential for maintaining your own happiness and preventing burnout. 3. Make time for yourself. Prioritize self-care and set aside time for activities that bring you joy and relaxation. Whether it's going for a walk, reading a book, or spending time with loved ones, make sure to carve out time in your schedule for yourself. Taking care of your own needs is essential for maintaining your mental and emotional health. 4. Distance yourself from energy vampires. Identify toxic relationships in your life and prioritize those that contribute positively to your well-being. If you find that certain people are constantly draining your energy or bringing negativity into your life, it may be time to create some distance. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you rather than drain you. In conclusion, while generosity is admirable, it's essential to find a balance that prioritizes both others and ourselves. By practicing self-awareness and setting healthy boundaries, we can avoid the pitfalls of excessive giving and lead happier, more fulfilling lives. Until next time, stay strong, stay stoic, and keep striving for the best version of yourself. If you found this insight valuable, please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, keep growing and stay stoic.